Hey guys, my name is Peter and I want to introduce my new app. It's called Remember Mori and it's for free on the App Store and the Play Store. If you go there and you search Remember Mori, you're going to find it for sure. Okay, so the app is my attempt to solve a problem that you might not know that you have, but it could be having a big effect on your mental health. You ready? We don't think about our own deaths enough. Okay, so there's this ancient concept called memento mori. It means remember your death. In today's world, we do everything we can to not think about our own deaths. Part of it is because that's super uncomfortable to think about, but part of it is also that we're super distracted. But not thinking about your own death might be having a big impact on your mental health. Rather than going into the ways where I think it's hurting your mental health to not think about your own death, let's look at some benefits of thinking about your own death. Number one, every second counts. Okay, so let's think about the concept of death. What do I actually mean by thinking about your own death? We all have a concept we're gonna die, but for most of us, that's 30 or 40 years in the future. It's something we don't have to worry about right now. But in the concept of memento mori, it is something that's happening right now, every single second. Every minute of your life that passes by is a minute that already belongs to death. You cannot get that minute back. It becomes much more important to focus on the here and now and this current moment that's happening because it's never going to happen again. This can keep us away from a lot of patterns of thought that are really not useful. Anxiety, anger. A lot of the time, these are things where if we were really focused on the current moment and what's right in front of us, we would think about a lot less. Benefit number two, reducing loneliness. Loneliness is a huge issue today, and part of the problem is we don't spend as much time together, but part of the problem is, and I think maybe a hidden bigger problem, is that when we do spend time together, we're totally distracted. It's really common to see people who are on a date or interacting with friends, and all of them are looking at their phones. So we're with other people, but we're not actually with other people. And even if we're not distracted on the outside, we're distracted on the inside. We're rushing on to the next thing. We're not thinking about this interaction that we're having right now. Well, part of the concept of memento mori is that not only is every second of my life ticking away, but every second of the lives of people I care about are also ticking away. That means that every minute I get to spend with someone I care about, I should really focus on, slow down, and not take it for granted. Even simple routine interactions. It can be really easy to rush through these simple day-to-day tasks with other people. But not only is that single moment not going to happen again, but part of the concept of remembering that you don't live forever is that you can't be sure that this isn't the last time you're going to see that person. So if you know that, you should act accordingly and not take it for granted. Benefit number three, trying your best. There are a lot of solutions out there that try to help us focus, plan our time, stay on task. But I think a lot of them miss the core issue, which is, do you really care about what you're doing? We all know that the truth of the universe is that we're not going to live forever. So every single second that goes by, we should be doing something that's important to us. And thinking about your own death once or twice a day is a great way to keep yourself in the mindset of only doing things that really matter to you and that are important to you. And when you're only doing things that are important to you, you can give them your best effort. Especially when you consider this might be the last time you get to do this task, you'll focus as hard as you can to make sure that you give it your best effort. Okay, so that's the problem I was trying to solve. We don't think about our own deaths enough and it's hurting our mental health. How did I solve it? Okay, I made an app called Remember Mori. When you open the app, you meet Mori. He's a little guy that sits at the bottom of the screen and he's in charge of the whole experience. And Mori's job is to give you a reminder once every hour of the fact that you're not going to live forever. The reminders can be photos, videos, interactives. My whole goal here was to make these as surprising as I possibly could so that you couldn't take them for granted and that every time you looked at the app, it would be a new reminder that you couldn't ignore. For me, the best part of the app is that you can add personal photos and Mori will turn those into reminders just for you. This means that when you get those reminders back to you as one of your hourly reminders, it's something personal, and I find that it hits much harder because it's a photo of someone you care about or a photo of yourself. I would love it if you give it a try. Send me feedback, let me know what's working, what's not working. I'll try to make it better. The app is totally for free. Just search for Remember Mori on the App Store or Play Store. Thank you so much for your time.